Next, we need to define a decryption policy that will specify the category of traffic we want our PAN firewall to decrypt for further inspection against a security policy that we will configure later on. But adding this policy is pretty simple. We do that by first going to the Policies tab, then going to Decryption, which is right here. We're going to add a new decryption policy, and working from left to right, for general, we're going to input a descriptive name that we're going to call Users Outbound Decryption. Now, let's go to the Source tab, and this will represent, let's say, our user network. So the user network is part of our LAN zone. So let's click Add and select that LAN zone. Next, we will specify the object of the source address, which is our user network right here. Now, let's go to destination, and that will be through to the internet itself. And the internet is connected off of our WAN zone. So we will select that. And of course, that will be for any IP address. Then we get to URL category. By default, any secure website will automatically hit this policy if it originates from the user network. That means any website, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any kind of secure site, the firewall will inspect it. But you can be more specific and select particular categories you want to decrypt. And we can do that by clicking on Add and adding the particular categories that it could be, like business and economy, computer and internet information, dating sites, internet communications, and so on. It's a long list here, though, that you can go through to figure out which ones you want to inspect, like web-based email. But for right now, to keep things simple, we're going to select any. We'll go back to this later and show you some recommendations. Now, the next thing we're going to go is to Options, and for Action, we need to select Decrypt. And for type, we need to make sure that SSL forward proxy is selected, which it is by default. These are some of the other options. But you need to make sure that you have SSL forward proxy selected. And that's it. Let's go ahead and click on OK. And that will add that new policy. Last but not least, let's go ahead and commit the changes. Almost there. And we are finished. Okay, now we're finished. Let's go ahead and close this up. And now we can go on to the next step, which involves configuring our firewall policy for application inspection.